It's time.
Good morning.
Oh, I didn't know we were on. Good morning. I was waiting for the thing to finish. Oh, welcome to another episode of Iron Minds. Iron sharpens iron. How y'all doing this morning?
Let's go. Pedro, you're muted, by the way, just so you know.
Can't hear you
There we
guys,
go.
unfortunately. I'm trying to fix it. Sorry to cut y'all off.
There we go. Glad to be here this morning. Last little Iron Minds before race day. It is a long time coming since Nick and I have committed to this Ironman in Jacksonville, Florida, and it's officially race week. And I get there something really to be amped about with race week. And it's been an interesting last week and a half for myself. But what's new with you?
You know, it's all the nerves and the jitters and the planning and everything, and of course being overwhelmed with, oh, I should have done more, I could have done more. But hold on, let me add Pedro back in here.
Boom, now I can hear you
All
guys.
right, with that. So, main things I'm trying to accomplish, physically this week, are I'm getting some runs out in the hot weather because it's not been hot until now, and trying to acclimate the best I can. Other than that, really just trying to lock in the rest and the nutrition, and then mindset wise, man, I'll tell you what, Saturday just cannot get here fast enough.
Yeah, I'm really excited for race day. Definitely, it's worth getting to sleep now because the day before race day, you won't really get any sleep. It's like Christmas Eve.
Yes, it's the day that you need the rest the most. It's just every time, no matter what. Like every marathon, every ultra, every big race, I'm up every 15 minutes having to pee. Then I can't fall asleep, and then I'm looking at the clock, and so, yep. At least I'm not alone there.
What about you,
What
Pedro?
about you?
What's a good
With
word?
Oh man, good word is
Yeah, I think he might still be
I'm here
having
with you
some sound.
here
Oh,
with you
can you hear
guys.
him?
Oh, can y'all not hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
can we hear
I,
Pedro?
oh
Yeah, I can hear
gosh, here we go
Pedro.
again.
Oh, I can't hear Pedro. Huh.
Oh, what a
Okay. Well, then I'll
dude,
be
this whole
quiet. Go ahead,
StreamYard
Pedro.
thing is something else. I'll tell you what, man. um, oh, nothing, man. Hey, good word is I'm here with you, fine gentlemen, right? It's another lovely day. We're out here getting active, staying healthy. Just got back from Large Cars Guitars, Bristol, Tennessee. That was a fantastic time. Got to hang out with some of your compadres for a little bit there, Lombard, the Truck Parking Club, and we just had a good time, man. And I'm gonna just move it through the week, man. And unfortunately, I had my uncle passed away, so gonna have to end the week on a somber note, but that's okay, man. Everything's still good. Life keeps moving, right?
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, brother. That's unfortunate for you. I was going to ask how Large Cars and Guitars was for you, see if that lifted the mood up at all.
Well, it did. I mean, it did, man. Not gonna sit here and be a Debbie Downer. My uncle was an older guy who was having a triple bypass, man, and it was just his time. So, but Large Cars and Guitars, it was fantastic. Did help my mood a lot. Was around a bunch of great friends, man. Show was great. Tony Justice was great. Had John Schneider out there. He used to be in Dukes of Hazzard and Ken Lombard. They had this lady. I met this lady, Candy Bass. This lady has 7 million accident-free miles, dude. She hit her first million miles before you and I were even a twinkle in our daddy's eye.
Dang, 7 million saved miles. How old is she?
82, and she still has an active CDL.
82 years old, active CDL, and she's still
Yes.
driving.
Still, or actually told me she had just I don't know if she just quit driving or she just left her current company last week. So I didn't understand exactly what she meant, but she's like, I did my last one with them last week, but I think she just meant the last load with that company. So, but yeah, man,
I'll,
she's still getting around.
I'd love to know. I mean, how'd she look? How does she stay healthy? How does she stay after it? Did she give it? She give any secret sauce?
Man, I did not get a chance to ask her. I got about 45 seconds with that lady, Lombard. As you can imagine, at a truck show, that lady, man, it was like Queen Elizabeth was there. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
everyone wanted some of her time.
oh yeah, somebody like that at Large Cars and Guitars is going to be. She's the rock star of the show.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, but I mean, dude, the fact that she's still out there doing it, and I mean, was just a testament to say, hey, you can't, and I'm sure she does have some type of secret sauce. I'm sure she did keep moving, and some type of healthy stuff going on. But yeah, be out there still doing it, man, and it's good stuff. And it was a good show, good time. Love being around all the friends, and now here I am, here and hanging out with my other friends. Yeah, I know. I can't hear you, Nick. I can hear Nick. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, I know. We can hear Nick too.
So weird. I don't know. So whatever's going on, man, I'm with you.
Nick needs to get a headset or headphones. Like that's the thing. Like I think he's raw dogging with the computer mic.
No, I've got
No, it's been
my
happening.
Bose afterburners up in here.
Yeah, it's been happening, period, Lombard. Even on our show and other shows. I don't know, something just glitching with StreamYard for some reason.
Dude, do we need to write a sternly worded email to StreamYard? Dude, do we just need another AI data center built in the middle of the Badlands in South Dakota to fix the communication issues on StreamYard?
I think so. I mean, we've had a few issues here, and I'm starting to take it personally.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been going down this data centers thing for a while, not to deviate, but
Me too, man. Me too.
if there's one thing that I cannot stand, it is the idea, because number one, I'm very public about this. I'm a big train guy, and I'm a train guy and for multiple reasons. One of them is I'm a firm believer in how our infrastructure has been built it has doomed society in many ways. How we've developed towns and small towns, suburbs, and cities has been a detriment to people's mental health and their physical health. Like when we talk about the environment in the trucking industry, I say this a lot. Like when we talk about how we need to change the environment needs to enable drivers and people in the industry to want to choose a healthier lifestyle. We don't do that in how we've developed our suburbs, towns, and cities either way. And that includes having the option to not drive a car everywhere. And by not drive a car anywhere, I'm talking to go get milk. I'm talking to go to the dog park type of choosing not to drive, to where you can be like, you know what? Wow, I don't have to drive today. Again, more public transport, by the way. And when I say public, I mean this is also invested by private businesses like it used to be back in the day. But if more people were moving, there's more calories burned, period. But where I'm going with this includes building more trains. And when it comes to building a train, it is so corrupted that it is co-opted by years and years of doing environmental studies. Almost like in trucking, how they'll be like, oh, FMCSA is going to do another study on truck parking. They're going to do another study on driver pay. They do all this money's allocated to give to these interest groups to do these studies to figure out how to do it. So to build like a mile of track, you need to conduct like this insane study. But if you need an AI data center, dude, let's roll out the red carpet. We can turn that town's water brown. It doesn't matter. Like who cares if we take all the water from this local rural town that's just living their lives. But let's build this freaking Manhattan-sized data center just so people can make fake videos and inappropriate images. I had to let that rip this morning.
Yeah, I think you've been holding on to that one for a minute, and you're not, you're not wrong. We could go down the special interest rabbit hole all day.
Yeah, and they say, "Oh, we're in the AI war against China." Look, maybe like I don't care. Like I don't care. I don't know. Figure it out. Figure it out another way. If you're gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, this is gonna help us with climate change. This is gonna help us," if it's like the SpongeBob meme, where SpongeBob and Patrick are next to each other, the city's on fire behind it. It's like we did it, Patrick. We solved climate change, and it's like if you've drained the world of its clean water supply dry, and you've like vacated the farmland. It's like look, Patrick, we did it. As everything's on fire behind you, like figure it the fuck out. You know,
I think our the special interest here is the people of the big data center. They're the ones cutting the check, right? So as opposed to the special interest on the other side. I don't know
and
anyone.
they say it's good for trucking. They'll be like, all these AI data centers will be really good for drivers with building materials and all this stuff. That's short term. Like that is short term. How about we build real infrastructure? How about we rebuild actual bridges? How about we, lay down some rail? In fact, there was a train derailment in Austin a couple of weeks ago, and I know a woman who delivered stuff that was going to, it went straight to that train station, straight to that repair facility going on there. So more transportation, any of that stuff, that'll do it. But just because we're building an AI data center, don't gaslight by saying, oh, but more data centers will be great for trucking. Like, you know what else is great for trucking? Fucking being normal. Just to go, just business as usual.
Parking spaces, reasonable fuel costs,
Low D. I was
consistent
about to say low diesel.
manufacturing and purchasing, regular commerce, maybe one news cycle without something catastrophically threatening the economy. Stuff like that would probably really grease the wheels, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
What do we got? We got Jessica Howington. I don't know if those appeared on stage. I think they did. Hold on. Let's go. Bam.
I'm just a big fan of human achievement. Human achievement is what I love the most. But man, it's like great to be here. You're absolutely right. We've got a beautiful sunrise in front of us, Pedro. We've got race week for Nick and I.
4 days from right now, brother will be lined up waiting to get in the water.
Yeah, when it comes to race day, race week, again, a lot of anticipation. I think we signed up for this in December. Right?
My first training day was January 1st. And I signed up, like 2 weeks before that or something, or 3 weeks before that.
Yeah, and that's what's great about Ironman. And funny enough, I was just talking to a gentleman on Instagram, by the way. He's, and I posted a video about this yesterday, and it's really important. I had on Heather Fry from Truckers Against Trafficking last year, and, we talked about human trafficking and stuff and all this good stuff that TAT does. And, she made something that really stuck with me about, dirty stuff on the internet, about how essentially a demand for dirty stuff on the internet for pornography, if it plummeted, human trafficking would also plummet. Now, people don't really know what they're buying. It could be coming from a victim. And, a lot of people struggle with that stuff. And I think it's important to, on public forums, talk about it because it's like taboo. But people need to stop. And one thing I was telling somebody yesterday is, because he's been very vulnerable online about how he's trying to abstain from that stuff. And I was like, dude, get into endurance sports. I was like, you want to take your mind off of distractions and you want to focus on, God, faith, fitness, all that stuff. Like, if you commit to a goal, you will give up so many bad habits. Yeah, like something like that. Something you actually got to work towards. And it doesn't need to be Ironman. It could be learning a language. Like if you commit towards an actual goal and you make that one thing, you put that on the pedestal instead of putting money or lust or any other sins. When you put one thing on the pedestal and you just freaking chase after that, you will cut out so much garbage in your life.
Dude, I love that segue because it was something I was thinking about yesterday. I've been on this thing throughout this whole Ironman cycle because at least once a week some idiot says, I couldn't do it, you can do. And I say some idiot because, yes, They can. They just either don't want to or don't know where to start. But what I was thinking yesterday is that I've been spending 14 to 15 hours a week preparing for this. So when someone says I could never do an Ironman, which is something I used to say, what I was really saying is I'm not going to commit to 15 hours a week towards this. But if you commit 15 hours a week towards Ironman, you can do an Ironman. But I'm going to take it one step further because you just hit the nail on the head. You don't have to do an Ironman. But what can you accomplish if you dedicated 15 hours a week towards one goal, towards improving one thing in your life? You wouldn't make small changes. You would make dramatic, life-altering changes. We're not talking about picking up your 1 hour a week bridge club. A massive commitment like that towards one end. Is there anything you think you can accomplish? I mean, that's almost a part-time job right there. Even if you dedicated 5 hours a week towards one transformative goal, something that you haven't been doing, you will transform your life. I think the math adds up, regardless what the challenge is. So anytime someone says, I can't do that, or I want to do this, but I can't, I'm going to challenge you to ask yourself, what's the commitment you're really making? Because if you're not putting in the time, you're right, you will not see results.
100%. I was thinking, I was just about to say, like, Ironman versus other goals. Like when people say that, like, because I can speak on this from experience, because I know I really want to, and I believe, only because so many people around the world can do it. Like, I want to learn a second language. I want to be like, there's no reason. I think it's like, it is not just because we're in the US as to why. There is no reason. It's not because I'm not lucky or anything. I want to learn another language, and I've been getting, I think I've talked about it, mentioned getting the Serbian lessons. I read the words, listen to music, like, but I know what it takes to learn a language. What it takes is 20, 30 minutes a day of flashcards and practice. That's what it takes. That's what I'm not doing. And Joe Rinaldi, our friend Joe Rinaldi, he poses this question as an icebreaker all the time. What is it you want right now? Like, what do you want most? What are, whether it be dreams or goals or next level, what is it you want? What are you not doing to get it? Because it's true. Like, anything that in regards to anything you want, like whether it be weight loss, weight management, new job, business, XYZ, whatever that is, there's something that everybody wants, but there is something they're not doing. I know that I'm not doing the 20 minutes a day. I know I'm not. That's why I haven't. I mean, yeah, I've learned words and I understand a little. I think more than the regular common man. Like, I think there's a few things I can navigate, but I'm not able to just riff out and get into it on demand. But what is it you want, and what is it you're not doing, and do those things, because that's what it is. It is 30 minutes. It could be something as 30 minutes a day, every day. When you quantify that by the length of a year, and it's the same thing with weight loss and weight management. We talked about with Mark Monera. You eat about 25 to 28 times a week. So if you eat good 24 out of 28 times throughout the week, does that make you a fucking loser? No. Like, being consistently good over occasionally great. Do the thing that you're not doing to get you towards whatever it is you want to do.
I'd ask Pedro his opinion on all that, but I won't be able to hear him.
Oh no, can you hear me now, Nick?
Yeah, I want to hear him.
I'll wait to see if what Lombard says in response.
Yeah.
Hey man, I love everything you just said, man. I mean, it is about dedicating the time, man. Making those sacrifices and the things that you really want, and they're also good distractions, man. You started off with that, talking about that guy from Instagram and stuff, but I think it's good distractions to change bad habits in your life too. Is find something to focus on, and we do talk mainly about health, fitness, and everything on this show. Iron Minds, that's what it's about, but I love that we're also talking about putting your time towards something else. You said learn a language, so did Nick, or maybe go volunteer somewhere or something. But you do the things. How to say this, man? I'm trying to not wrap my head up, but we are the deciders of our own fate for the most part. You know what I mean? You're the master of your own universe. You do the things you want to do, and you don't do the things you don't want to do. So if you say you don't have time, like Nick said, it's you can find the time. It's just whether you want to find the time to do that stuff. And I struggle with that still, man. Here I am juggling a 9 to 5. I'm juggling building my little media group and trying to stay healthy and be fit because it does good for me. It helps my mental health, and finding that balance between things, it's hard all the time. But, I know the results from it are the things from all of those things make me happy. So I find the time to dedicate, maybe not equally each time, but dedicate that time to those things every day.
Freaking go. Yeah, Nick Pedro's he's locking in on the same thing. And it's important to set other goals outside of the, kind of outside of the fitness space. Again, doing something for you is very much important. People have hobbies for a reason. Don't sleep on your hobbies. I saw a video recently, and it made a lot of sense. Now, and this guy doesn't mean like step off the gas and be a garbage employee. But if you treat your full-time job like your side hustle, and now I don't do this. I beat the hella drum out of I beat the big time war drum for Truck Parking Club. But again, it's also because I love what I do. But I feel like for most people, and a lot of people I've talked to here in Austin, this is how they do it. They view their full-time job as their side hustle. Like that's it. That's what they're doing for money, and like it's just a mindset flip. Like it's not saying don't engage with your full-time job and don't give it your attention, but when you treat that as your side hustle and then you prioritize yourself, because what's funny, you learn this in the interview world, or you learn this if you're interviewing for like corporate jobs in America. They'll always ask you like, hey, are you they'll be like, are you applying for other jobs, XYZ? And it's like, of course somebody interviewing at a job is applying to other jobs. Like that's a very well known, but the answer you're supposed to give in an interview is, no, this is the only one I want because I saw it. Like that's how you game the game in interviews. That's not true. And that's how full-time job employers like corporate jobs or anything, that's how they view their employees. They don't value you. So treat them like the side hustle and treat your hobbies like the full-time gig.
Your job is supposed to support your purpose, not the other way around. And oftentimes we find and that purpose doesn't always have to be a deep life purpose. It's your purpose for living right now. And I say this all the time when I would talk about obstacle course racing in sales meetings. They're like, what does it have to do with sales? I'm like, because what fires you up, fires you up. It's the passion that's going to get you working harder. And when you realize that it's the job or your side hustle that's supporting the things that you want to do, you're going to bang that war drum. Because banging that war drum for work supports your mission. It's part of your goal. It's part of your purpose. When we look at someone else's logo as the reason we wake up and get out of bed in the morning, and then everything else falls to second place, it's hard to get excited about any of it.
Yeah, and what's crazy? Another question I've gotten asked in job interviews before is, do you have any hobbies? Like that is a question. And if you are in your late 20s or 30s, like your hobbies have definitely fallen off. Like you're probably not playing an instrument anymore. Most people are not doing anything competitive. Like your hobbies, like I remember I was asked that question like when I was like interviewing for jobs while I was still working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, like asking if I had any hobbies. Like I didn't know what to say. Like that's something I didn't know what to say because I didn't have any. There was nothing I did for fun besides just go out and get hammered. Like every hobby, everything I've loved to do, I gave up. I grew a swimmer, didn't do it anymore. I learned to surf in the Marines. I didn't bother to prioritize it. When I could have just drove to Rhode Island and parts of Maine and catch some waves if I made that my priority. I didn't. So I put hobbies down in anything. I had nothing. And you're asked that in a job interview and you have nothing to say because you don't do your hobbies anymore because you're too busy going out and getting plastered. What is that doing for anybody? But now it's like if I was to go to a job interview and they're like, what's your hobbies? Boy, hope they're ready to stick around because there's a whole lot to talk about, from freaking Texas water safari to Ironman to making content, whatever that might be. It's like I've got some hobbies, and talk about standing out. an interviewer's like, "What are your hobbies?" and you're like, "Ironman triathlon," they're gonna they don't do it, and nobody at their company does it. So it's like imagine doing something like that. Some people are like, "Oh, I like to travel." Yeah, who doesn't like to travel? Like,
Travel, read, golf.
yeah, who doesn't like to travel? Get outside. Like, think about something else. Yeah, everybody loves to travel. Nobody loves to just stay in one spot forever. But yeah, I'm all, dude. You got me on race week, baby. That's why I told you I'm coming on here this morning.
What's your goal this week? You want a PR? What's the number? So that way I know I can look down at my watch and go, fuck yeah, knowing that I have like 6 hours left. But you
I
just
knew
did it.
that's what he was
What
going
do
to
you
say,
got?
Lombard.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm done in 12 hours or less. That's ideal.
Hell yeah. I think my mathematical targeted goal is 14 hours, 35 minutes. Realistically, I imagine another hour will come out of nowhere. So, but anytime, as long as I finish before they tell me I can't, I will be happy with it. But, if it was just a matter of like my training, then the 14 and a half looks pretty good. But I know that's not going to be the case. So that's where I'm at. But that means at 12 hours, I'm going to look down and be like, hell yeah, dude, he's good.
Hey,
He's good, and
Lombard, do y'all get like any type of break or rest in between that, or is it a constant from the start to the finish? I mean, go go go, one event move right on into the next. Like, is that the
Can't
whole?
wait to go back and
I
watch
think
this
that's the whole
episode so I can
gist
hear
of
what
it,
you guys
right?
are
Is
saying.
to push yourself to the absolute limit without a break.
oh yeah, you can take a break whenever you want, but like basically, like some people take a little bit of break and they take their time in transition. Like they'll walk through transition from the swim to the bike, or they're not moving that crazy. And then on the bike, I plan on peeing on the bike again. I did it in Serbia and it worked out great. But like when I did Florida, especially like when I had to pee, like I went to a water station. They had some bike racks with porta johns, and I freaking racked my bike, walking the porta john, go piss. You can you can hang out just for the vibes. And I'm what I'd like to do is hopefully one day I'll be like 65 years old and I'll just be the course motivator doing the race, and I'll just lollygag and take my time like it's a social ride. But then same thing with the run. With the run, yeah, there's a lot of people who end up walking. Like there's a lot of stints where I had to walk off some heat cramps last year in Texas. So you just have you basically have a 17-hour time limit. Like you have 17 hours from when the last swimmer enters the water to then cross the finish line. And then there's a couple cutoffs. Like you need to be able to do the swim in less than 2 hours and 20 minutes. You need to be at a certain mile marker on the bike. By so many hours into the race. So it's just like there are some cutoffs. You can't just take 24 hours to get it done. But yeah, you can kind of take some breaks as needed.
Gotcha.
So part of my strategy
You can't
is
do
to,
the
on the
swim.
bike,
Go.
if
Oh,
I
sorry.
have to pull over and pit stop to make sure that I'm getting the right fueling and hydration, then so be it. That's just the cost of doing business to make sure I get it done.
Oh yeah.
And are you gonna put out the link,
Well, then, Mike, you want to take us
Lombard? Are they
home?
gonna give y'all links again so we can view y'all's progress?
Let's say you're talking
Oh
like
yeah.
detail.
Yeah, they'll dish out some tracking links for us. So we'll make sure we post them on our Instagram story and send them out. Throw them up on LinkedIn for sure. Can't let anybody down with that.
Yeah, that was cool last year watching y'all through your progress, man. I'm excited for you guys. I am. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'll ever do an Ironman, but I'm super hyped for you guys. I do need to get my butt into a marathon. I have no excuse except the simple fact that I signed up for one. So or in a relay race, whatever you want to say. But yeah, man. I'm excited for you guys, dude. I'm happy y'all gonna do this together. I know you gotta get across to your best time, and y'all can't lollygag next to each other and stuff. But pretty dang cool, man. That both of y'all are gonna do this in the same time, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good work, and my family will be down there too. So, Nick, you'll have some people cheering for you, finding you. My parents are coming. Two of my cousins are coming. So it'll be we're gonna be having a good time.
Yeah.
How many is this for you, Lombard? This is what, your third or fourth?
Number three on the
I thought
poll.
so. And
then,
Nick, I think ask Nick. Is this Nick's first? This is Nick's first one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's Nick's first. Yeah, I mean, and this might be my last full distance for a while. Like I said, my wife and I do want to have kids. We've been trying for it, there's to no avail because I would have done Florida in November, but we had at the time been, trying to have kids, and I assumed that she'd be pregnant by now, but she is not. And so it's like I could have done Florida, but that's why I chose this spring race too. And then Nick was like, I'm doing it. So it's like a double whammy. But it might be my last full distance for a while. You have to realize this is my third one in 18 months. It's not the smartest thing to do. I mean, a lot of it, I'm trying to just once again, it's going back to my roots of when I first read the Goggins book. Is I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to. It's my own personal resume to be able to say, hey, I not only did, two Ironman within 6 months, I'm doing a third within it, 18. It's my own personal flexing card, which I probably don't need to do, but I'm doing it anyways, and I don't really care, it's my thing. But it might be my last full distance for a while, depending on if we're able to have kids. So I'm ready to let it all out on the field.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Looks like I think this is technically the longest Ironman yet. Trey is hard at 6:30 cutoff. Look at that. We set a PR here.
Oh yeah, PR on Iron Minds, baby. Nick, you got anything to walk us out?
Man, I had a whole minute to think about that. You know what? If you want to achieve something great, if you want to achieve something good, if you want to achieve something at all, there's no magic pill. It takes time and commitment. So whether you're out there trying to achieve an individual sport or build your community, put the time into it. It's iron sharpens iron. One man sharpens another. Let's go.
Hammer down, baby.
Let's
See you on
go.
the other side.